This is the Sunny Side Up podcast.
Join me in the sunshine.
What's up, everyone? It's the Sunny Side Up podcast. I'm Brandon.
I'm Angel.
I'm Alan.
So, hi. Here we are. The very first episode. So, sorry for being, I guess, I don't know if call it rusty or what you want to call it, but
Rusty?
we're here.
How can you be rusty when you've never done this before?
That's what I'm
you've
saying.
never
It doesn't
done.
make any sense. The unbrandless
if anything,
coffee mugs.
I would call it virgin, not rusty. Virgin.
The
virgin episode?
The virgin episode. Anyways,
Yeah.
welcome everyone to the Sunny Side Up podcast. We're all excited. Some of you may have no idea who we are, and we don't know who you are either. So that's the joy of it.
I don't even know who I am,
but
let alone you.
You know, our family knows who we are. They're all here watching, and so we welcome you guys as well. But this is an adventure that I think we're all really, really looking forward to it taking off. And again, welcome. So a little bit about us, because again,
who's going to start?
I mean, anybody and
You're
everybody.
rolling. Why don't you just go ahead and
Go ahead,
you
Brandon.
start,
All right.
Brandon?
So as you know, if you know me, that is, I'm a lover of motocross. Motocross is
I'm glad.
I have to bring it there.
Did he not pause?
Immediately.
I'm a lover
Yeah.
of motocross.
Lover of motocross. It is a I got to admit it, and
Yeah.
it's not a secret, obviously.
He's freakish.
Yeah, I in the shirt. I gotta rep my boys. I gotta rep
Okay.
my guys. 365, man. They.
I didn't know we were doing product endorsement on the
Well,
very first episode.
you know what? It's not a product
This is
endorsement,
the-
more as a Brett and Dayton. Hello, I know you guys
Yeah.
are watching. If you guys know who Brett Q is, very close friends with the guy.
now
X
you're-
Games athlete. He's great. What?
He's product endorsing and name dropping in the first minute
The very
of the show.
first episode.
That's not really name dropping. It's
Yes,
just,
it
it's
is,
Brett,
Brett
man.
Q.
It's Brett.
That's name dropping.
That's a name
I
drop.
guess it's a name drop. I'm sorry.
Better than
Brett.
a mic drop.
I called him out on the first episode. I
Okay.
had to. I'm
It's all
sorry,
good.
Brett. I'm
No.
sorry, Dayton. Love you guys. But anyway, if you don't know what 365 is, you're a motocross rider, please go look us up. So we'd love to have you on the team.
Even if you like cool t-shirts, they have those too.
We've
So
got
while we're
everything.
shouting out to friends, T Swift, love you.
Yeah, definite. That's
Oh,
a
not
name
Taylor.
drop.
It's a guy named Tom Swift.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Never mind. So
A little bit about you two. Go ahead while I drink my
go
water
ahead, Angel.
here.
You talk first. You want me to talk first?
Yes.
Okay. I'm his dad.
That's
And-
obvious.
That's pretty much it.
No, tell us about you.
Okay. I've been in radio for 35 years in about the same market back and forth in Oklahoma, America, USA. That's where we're from. And was really ready for the next challenge. Still in radio here in Oklahoma. Brandon does a little part-time radio at the radio station as well.
Yep.
Our bosses from there are watching too. So Kyle and Paul and Jeff, we have to shout. If we're going to drop
Gotta
names.
shout them out, man.
I mean,
Do
come
it.
on. So, and I've known Brandon all his life. I've known Angel.
I'd
3
hope you
years,
know
4
me
years.
all my life. Yeah.
You know, it's really uncomfortable to try to talk about yourself. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
I've had a great career in radio. We're going to have so many things coming up on the Sunny Side Up podcast show. Guests, thoughts, ideas. I'll tell you what Sunny Side Up is going to be about. It's going to be positive stuff, good people doing good things for each other. We're not going to talk politics. We're not going to talk religion. We're not going to polarize anybody.
Off limits.
All we're going to do is try to lift each other up. We'll probably talk about people. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah.
But I think everybody has good in them if you look. Now, some people may be harder to find than others. I'll grant you that. So that's the goal of Sunny Side Up, is just to hang back and make you smile and hopefully make you laugh eventually.
It's going to be fun. We're really.
If
I mean,
Angel
we're gonna
can
have
get her
fun.
stand-up routine going for the
Yeah.
comedy
See,
part.
this is her first venture into
Yeah.
anything podcast radio. So, I know for you, this is a different experience, and
Definitely.
this is really the first time I think you've ever had a microphone in front of you, like at this very moment.
Since elementary school, when
Yeah.
we did
So
Yeah.
sing things, but that's it.
Yeah,
So-
there you go.
it's just the four of us. You and you and you and you.
Yes,
Or
exactly.
you and you and me.
We're all here
or
for
something.
you. I mean, the podcast scene is so big, and it's helpful for a lot of people. I can take into account for the people who drive, and the reason I say that, I work
Yeah.
for a trucking company,
Yeah.
Bruckner's. And
Name drop.
well, you know what it is. I gotta tell my people here.
Wow.
And I know the
Okay.
guys from Bruckner's are watching, so hey to you guys
Okay.
as well. So
Yeah.
we have to. We can never forget our hometown people, the people
true.
that know us and we
Yeah.
know them. No matter who this is reaching right now, welcome to everyone. but also welcome to the people who we personally know that we know are excited for this thing.
I have friends that listen to me on the radio globally, so this is kind of cool. I can face-to-face shout out the friends in Australia. We've got friends in Germany, friends in, I think, South Africa. There's a lot of people in Asia and in Europe that listen to us online, and so the Sunny Side Up podcast is it's a vision behind the scenes, I think, is a good way of looking at it.
Yes. So Angel, a little bit about you. Let's hear it. I know that again, your first time. So let's get it checked out. And tell us about your high school thing. I know you were really into guard and things like that. I was around for that. So tell us a little bit about you, what you like to do.
She's almost out of college, dude.
I know. I
Yeah.
haven't been in
I know,
high
it's
school for
weird.
a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was in band in high school. Haven't done that in a while. Which you were in
Neither
band
have I.
too, Brandon.
Yep.
But now I'm in college. I'm
Yeah.
a psychology student.
The psychology thing is absolutely fascinating to me. And the reason that I say that is because I don't know if I'm smart enough to get psychology, but I think in a while that I'm gonna start getting analyzed, and so be ready for that.
You already complained about it.
Yeah, there it is.
Angel, he is so
Yeah, a little messed up
Analyzable.
here. Yeah.
Why do you want to be a psychologist?
I was an education student.
Right.
Realized that wasn't for me. Realized I didn't
Okay.
want to be a teacher.
Okay.
And I've always been interested in psychology, so I decided to do that. But I'm really interested in the personality aspect of psychology, so
Right.
that'll probably what I continue to go into.
But you want to work with kids specifically, right? Or
Some,
not?
yeah.
Okay. Well, and you're in the right family.
Yeah.
You deal with juvenile delinquents.
And I mean, we can shout out the people that you know too, that from Leonardo's that work at a children's museum here in town. So I mean, tell us about that. I mean,
Wait.
you love the kids.
What is
thing.
a children's museum? Do you have children on display?
Something like that.
Here's an antique child from 1390. No?
No, not
Oh,
quite.
okay. I messed up.
Well, tell us a little bit about Leonardo's. I mean, what I know about it, but
Well, it's a science and arts museum, and it was founded by Owen K. Garriott and his wife.
Astronaut Owen K. Garriott.
Yes,
Astronaut.
astronaut
Yeah.
Owen K.
Yeah.
Garriott. They're the reason that Leonardo's exists. So it's a science and art. His wife was really into art, so. But it's just a big play place that helps them learn at the same time. Like, one of the most interesting areas to me and to a lot of the kids is we have a whole bunch of animals that they can pet. So we have like a ball python, and we have chinchillas and all sorts of things. So it's pretty cool.
And see, that place has been around since I was a kid
It's
too.
been around for a
Yeah.
while.
And
20 years.
Yeah,
Over
they
20 years.
just revamped it. What was it? A couple years ago, or even a year ago, maybe. It's pretty recent
neat.
that they just did that.
Yeah.
But it's neat. I mean, it's full of stuff. So
Oh.
if you're in the Enid area or even in the Oklahoma area,
Yeah,
Well, now you
people
just
come
told
from
them
out of
where
state.
we live.
Yeah.
I was going to try to stay generic.
oh
but-
come on, we can't do that. We
No.
got to let them know. Only in
Yeah.
America.
Yeah, here in a minute, we're going to also give our email address. You can put that on the video.
Yep.
Because
yep.
we actually have a Sunny Side Up podcast email that I didn't write down, so I'm going to have to email myself.
Yeah, that's fine.
While we're on the show
And figure this out.
Well, because if I just email myself, then I should be able to pull it right
you
up.
should be
right?
able to. Well, there it
there
is
it
right
was.
there. But, as he's doing
Yeah.
that, as you can see, we're here on YouTube. Some of you may be listening on whatever podcast platform that you're on. We're on literally just about everything.
Pretty much everything.
Yeah.
So welcome to everybody, whether you're on YouTube, whether you're on those podcast platforms. Once we get that email, do you get it
Yeah.
up?
No, I can't find it. It's
Can't
too
find
long
it.
an email.
I see.
We'll
I see.
post
That's all
it
right.
here in a
We
minute.
will
We'll
post
look
it
for it,
on
yeah.
on the video, and we'll get it going. Also, our
Yeah.
Instagram, you just look us up. It's Sunny Side Up Podcast. So, and you can find us there. Get us some recognition there. We would love that. So, but also on the YouTube, for anybody that's listening on the audio podcast, we are going to start a thing called After the Podcast that is exclusively on the YouTube, where we kind of continue this thing, whether it'll be a few minutes afterwards or not. But it'll just be after for people who are watching
Yeah.
on the YouTube and just want to see us.
I got the email. And,
Let's
and,
do it.
And if you're listening to the podcast and you're driving down the road, I apologize.
I hope you have good memory.
Sunny Side Up Podcast. That's the easy part.
Yep.
At storiesandscoopsmedia.com.
Stories and Scoops Media.
Because we're going to use Stories and Scoops Media to scoop people, to get the story from people.
And we want to hear from you.
So
wherever you are, we would absolutely love to hear from you.
Want to be on the show?
If you want to be on the show, let us know. Sort of deal. We'll get it going. And if you're on social media, I know that my generation especially likes social media, Instagram, Facebooks.
You had to go there, didn't you?
Well,
you had it. My generation.
Okay, look, you posting the animojis on Facebook has done me
it's not
nothing,
an emoji,
or
it's a
whatever it
bitmoji.
is. But it's done me nothing but cringe.
You
it's
tell
just,
me.
I can't do it. I can't do it.
You can't. You don't want me doing that, huh?
It's weird. It's just weird. I'm going to tell you right here on the podcast.
Creeper, huh?
Is
it
weird.
creeper
It's
weird?
just
What's weird about it?
I don't know. It's like the whole like.
No, so you're saying your generation doesn't do it?
It's like, what would your old man do? Sort of thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's one of those deals. I don't know. I mean, it's funny.
So you're
I get a
saying-
kick out of it. So
you're
you should
saying
probably
that
keep doing
You're
it.
saying that the Bitmoji doesn't look like me?
I mean, it's not that. It's just a little like
It-
there's a cringe factor going on there.
You tell me if that doesn't look like me
It's a cringe factor.
eating a breakfast.
It's
I mean,
weird.
come on.
Like they just
Blue glasses and all.
yeah.
So
We'll go with it. But
Anyway.
yeah, so we want to hear from you, as we said. But if you're on social media, I'm an avid Instagram user.
Yeah.
To say the least.
Yeah, and you can find us all on Instagram. But look up Sunny Side Up Podcast on Instagram if you prefer, not email, because a lot of people do prefer.
Yeah.
You can message us on there, and one of us three personally will message back. I promise you
Yeah,
that. We'll see
absolutely.
it. We would love to hear from you.
Yeah.
So
Sunny Side Up Podcast at storiesandscoopsmedia.com.
email us and
So I have a story I wanted to share.
let's do it. That's what we're here for.
The lady from Brazil, World Cup goal in Brazil, Marta. Have you heard of Marta?
I've heard the name, but
she's
I
a
haven't,
world famous
yeah.
Brazilian soccer star. I got to get this right. She set a new record for the most World Cup goals by any player.
Male or female.
16 goals during the World Cup playoffs.
That's-
More than any male or female. Yeah.
Yeah, and in soccer, I mean, it's one of those. That's pretty
A
fascinating.
guy by the name Pele, which that would have been before your generation.
Oh yeah,
World famous soccer player Pele calls her Pele in skirts.
Pele and
He
skirts.
thinks that Marta is just as cool as he is, and I mean that in a good way.
I mean, we can agree though,
Isn't that
can we
cool?
not?
Yeah.
And that's one thing that
And she's 33 years old too. It's not like she's a young girl.
I really enjoy that. That's a female thing. The female athletes has become something big
Yeah,
nowadays.
it
It
has.
really
Yeah.
has.
So that's this kind of stuff we're going to be talking about on Sunny Side Up.
It's awesome. I mean, anything and everything as far as if it's good news, we want to hear it. We want to share it with you. There's just too much.
Yeah, you send us the
negativity.
stuff and we'll talk about it,
I mean,
and
can
we'll
do
drop your
that.
name even.
Yep, we'll even drop in.
'cause,
We'll shout you out
Yeah.
unless you don't want us to. I mean, we get that too. But this is really going to be an adventure, and I think we're all excited for it. And these are going to be just something fun, something that you can turn on. As I said earlier, if you're driving down the road and you need something to listen to, we're here for you here on the Sunny Side Up podcast.
For them, not
For
for
them.
me. Not for me.
Nah,
Why
not
not
really.
me?
Just not because
It's always
of the
about you.
Facebook Bitmoji thing.
It's always
That's
about
why we're
you.
there for you.
No, I'm
But well, I mean, the digital scene, though. I mean,
Yeah.
Let's take a complete,
Did you-
I guess, different side to this whole deal and
What-
keep it going here.
Did you see Glenn Beck's post the other day on Facebook about the digital media? How audio in digital media is getting so good that they can fake voices now.
Yeah, that
And
was
it's
creepy.
been easy to do like the president and fake something about video, and faking the video is easier than faking the actual audio because it's hard to get the algorithms right on audio.
Yeah.
But I can stand by this as I promise you, the Sunny Side Up podcast will never be us fake. It'll always be us real.
Well, we can't. We don't have the funding for that.
We don't have
We're just
the.
gonna
We've got the
throw that out there.
technology just right there. It just takes a computer
Yeah.
and a Google app. But
Yeah. So
no,
but
we'll
we
never
don't-
be fake voice. It's really going to be us.
Yep.
So
Yep.
you're going to see us at our best. You're going to see us at our worst.
We do not auto tune.
This
Yeah, something like that. That's exactly how it sounds, actually. So, man, this is just, it's going to be fun. I can feel it already.
All right.
So, yeah.
Coming up in
definitely.
future episodes, I got to talk to the winner of The Voice.
Wow.
Yeah. So we'll be talking with May Lynn
I like it.
in just a little while.
I like it.
A lot of other things coming up. Carlos Santana will be on the Sunny Side Up podcast soon and very soon.
Man.
I'm dropping names now.
Yeah, drop them. Please do. Because, I mean, the guitar gods. they're listening. I don't know why I just did that, but it's I love guitar. Carlos Santana, man.
Let's name drop podcasts.
Okay.
Angel, your favorite podcast?
Yeah, tell us.
I already know the answer to this, but we're going to do props now. Mm-hmm. Who's your favorite?
The Jenna Julian podcast.
Okay, so Jenna, yeah. How about for you?
I mean, honestly, I like the Good Mythical Morning guys. I
do
really do. I like Ear Biscuits, Red and Link doing their thing.
Yeah. So
it's my second
hopefully
one.
they're listening. What's up, guys?
I'm a big fan of Good
listening.
Mythical Morning as well. That's why Brandon and I grew our beards. That's not really
I
true.
grew the beard and you decided.
But that's why we
maybe
decided to use
too.
coffee cups. Do you guys actually use coffee in your coffee cups or really lukewarm water like we did?
They've said they just use water.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's fine because that's
Brett doesn't
exactly
drink
what
coffee
we're
at
doing.
all
I'm going to
anymore,
drink coffee next
Yep.
episode. We're going to
Do
get
it.
we're going to
You
get
can put whatever you want
In
to
fact,
in your
Go right
coffee.
ahead.
I think I have a paper about a coffee sponsorship coming up.
Oh, really?
Well, I'm telling you, your stuff going to happen on Sunny Side Up. So,
Great.
so if this sounds a little rushed, maybe a little bit awkward at times, at
For
least
you.
for tonight. Oh, so you don't feel awkward?
Well, what's that
He
about?
looks awkward. Didn't he look awkward?
Thanks.
He always looks awkward.
Thanks for that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I
His
appreciate
face,
that.
Face matches the T-shirt.
Well, look, that's the weird thing about it. This is my whole all throughout high school, everything.
Yeah.
Everybody would tell me you're getting a red face. I'm like, I don't feel it. Like I don't.
Right.
I don't feel it. I don't know if I get like embarrassed or I get like.
Does his ears turn? Do they turn red when he gets angry?
Not
just asking
usually.
now. Do your ears turn red when you get angry? Okay.
well,
I don't usually change colors.
chameleon over here. Oh no.
Well, at least you don't turn green when you get mad. I'm all good.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Thank you. No, but I don't know what that's about. Maybe I should see a doctor.
I also read something. I knew you were going to talk about Jenna, and she doesn't make up all the time, or at least she used to.
Mm-hmm.
I read a story this week where the average, and I'm not throwing you under the bus, Angel, the average female spends about 250 days of their life applying makeup.
We were talking about this on the radio.
But it's I dug into it. 250 days. That's all. That's like 3/4 of a year of your life is spent putting on makeup, and they're talking about taking the old makeup off, exfoliating, putting on creams and stuff like that. So
yeah,
you're not alone. You and Jen are not alone in spending hours.
Oh man,
hours.
that's and this is the weird, crazy thing about this. I used to watch. I guess it doesn't have to do with makeup here, but I used to watch.
Yeah, he did.
A while back.
Yeah, he did.
Jen and Marbles on
See?
YouTube.
Yeah.
I did. I mean, she was one of
She
really
was
was
one of the
first.
Makeup?
Yeah.
Was she doing something before the makeup stuff? Or
I mean, she did all sorts of everything. She was the goofy girl on YouTube.
I
so,
got you. That's right. Yeah.
She was
know.
one of the first few big
Yeah,
ones
so.
on YouTube.
Yeah.
We're trailing behind on the YouTube thing, but on the podcast thing, we're going to blaze trails.
We're on
man.
YouTube right here, man.
I know.
We're right there
We're
with
just
it.
catching
So
up.
we
This isn't
hope
our
that
first
we can,
YouTube trial, though.
We've done a few things. So
Are
I
you
am.
going to
but-
plug your YouTube?
I mean, I should.
I am not going to freaking eat any more canned dog food. I am
Oh, my
not eating
goodness.
unidentified baby food.
But say, what about
jars.
baby food?
No.
If none of you have
No.
checked this out, and see the thing in the future with this podcast, I would love to do things like that too.
I'm not
And I
doing
think
baby.
that
No,
we could
not
do whatever.
that.
We'll just man up. So here's the thing about us and our YouTube ventures.
Mm-hmm.
A while back, I mean, you can still find me on YouTube. I still try to regularly do stuff, vlogging mainly.
Just link it to this podcast.
Yeah, we will. So
Yeah.
down in the link below here, at least on YouTube, we will have links to our, even personal social media websites and our YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
ClipClep is the, I guess, handle that I use
For everything.
So
Right.
that's CLIP. It's part of the last name. So
all
you
this
ju-
time, I
just
finally
star
caught it.
bulb. You just quit lying. So we used to do what was called the 21st Century Show.
Yeah.
And, that was just us doing our thing. And you can still check it out on that
Mm-hmm.
channel. But, oh, my gosh, we used to do all sorts of stuff. I did gaming reviews on it. I did,
With a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
a little bit of everything. And, I mean,
Challenges.
you were still around. I mean, you were still around.
still around.
My bad.
still
You were around
around.
whenever that was going on, too.
Yeah, I helped a lot
And-
behind the scenes.
She's still around.
yeah, that's we were just thinking about this the other day. How
What?
4 years has gone by, and it's so weird to think that that amount of time is
Mm-hmm.
we've done so much stuff,
Yeah.
and it's great, So,
I
but
understand.
yeah, I mean those we'll link our
Yeah.
personal stuff. I mean we do our personal ventures, of course. And if, feel free to follow the YouTube channel. I am going to try to post more vlogs. I do a lot of moto vlogs, so on that thing.
And each Sunny Side Up podcast is going to have a different texture, a different feel. To be honest with you, some of it's just going to be totally made up.
Yeah, well,
Kinda
what are
like
we doing right now? Yeah.
Um,
But it's us sitting here with you at the table, just talking. That's what a podcast is, true and tried. And
yep.
this is what we want to do. It really is.
Sunny Side Up podcast at storiesandscoopsmedia.com is the email address. Eventually, we'll have other ways to contact us.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get
What's
there.
your
But
telephone number?
No? It's 580.
No,
none of
don't
your
give
business.
it. Yeah, okay, yeah.
So let's not do that.
555 ain't gonna give it to you.
Yeah, exactly.
Or something
So,
like that.
man, this is it's a different experience. This is doing radio for a while with you too has helped teach, I guess. But this is such a different.
Brandon has spent his whole life around the radio. So you grew up around it.
Yeah,
I've been around it for a long time.
But this is such different. I like the
relaxed.
relaxed
The next chapter.
Sit around and let's talk.
I'm
about
finally
stuff.
just getting relaxed, to be honest with you. We've been doing this for what, like 20 minutes so far.
See, this
Now
is our
I'm
mistake. This
finally-
is what we're doing here. You saw me look back just earlier if you're on the YouTube.
We don't have the monitor.
We
in
don't
front
have
of
a
us.
monitor in front of us right
Hang
now.
on,
We're
let's
checking
check the
how many
time.
times, and there it is. And hit
the
the
mic.
microphone
My nose.
while you're at it. Sorry
Yep.
for your ears.
It's all right.
But so I mean, this is just a different experience. I like it. Sitting around, just talking, and it's good. And usually you think the teenagers would be the one to look down at their phones, but look who's doing it. I'm just kidding.
It's a habit. And here's the hardest. This is going to be the hardest part for me. I'm not used to doing video. I've done radio for 30 plus years without the camera. We just in the last couple of years started doing that with different video shoots and things. So I'm telling you, it's going to be awkward for me.
You'll be all right. We're doing fine.
Because I'm usually doing this with my hands to be animated, and I can't do that because I'll look like a moron.
Yeah, well,
that's
not hard to do,
more
right?
than normal. So
sorry, had to stick that in there, I guess. So,
fine.
But yeah, man, this is it's gonna be fun. I think we're gonna have a lot of fun with
It'll
this.
be awesome.
So, I guess now is the part to tell you follow us on the social medias like we have been. Sunny Side Up Podcast. Look up the actual Instagram name for me if you would there.
It's Sunny
Just
Side
to
Up
make sure.
Podcast with Alan Klepper on a lot of platforms.
Yeah,
that's,
lot of them.
That's me, Brandon Klepper, Angel, soon-to-be Klepper. Oh, I gave that up, didn't I?
Oh.
Were we going to divulge
it's already revealed.
We
Everybody
just did
knows
it?
it.
Okay,
Next
so
March, we're
next
looking
March.
at...
Not
So we'll-
March,
or,
May.
sorry, May. Oh, my gosh. I forgot it. Oh, called out. I'm sorry. You're seeing it right here. Oh, man. May 2020.
Welcome to Guidem Everywhere. We never know what our
It's
anniversaries
a glimpse into the future.
We never know when the anniversary
Yep.
is.
So we're looking at that.
Yeah.
But I mean, if we could
Maybe
stop
we
with
could
this
podcast
flooding
it.
around here in Oklahoma, we'd be okay.
It's everywhere.
So I mean,
Except Germany, they're having a heat wave right now.
yeah. Well, I heard about that. Something I read that they're having a heat wave, but it's only in like the 90s maybe.
No, it's like 105 there.
Oh, okay. All right.
In fact, the day
I read that wrong.
today, I think it was,
Yeah.
as we tape this podcast.
Yeah. It's.
Why don't you do podcasts live? I mean, we kind of are on the YouTube.
You can. There are people that do it.
But
There's people
we
that
should
do it.
look at. No, we probably shouldn't look into that.
Yeah.
That
'cause
would be silly.
just funny.
Yeah.
But this is unfiltered, unedited.
right.
Here we are.
Oh crap! It is.
Well, yeah.
Oops.
I mean, what did you think? So, yeah. All right, everyone.
So here's the difficult part.
yeah.
Just like Ricky Bobby, I don't know what to do with my hands. But how do you end a podcast?
Just like this. Would you like to hear it? Would you? I mean, do you want to see how you should do it? What?
I was just letting it fade to black, and you keep talking.
Well, we don't need to do that.
Oh, fine.
Okay.
Say, okay, so how do we end it? I feel, now, this is the uncomfortable part. How do we end the podcast?
Join us for the after the podcast on our
Oh,
YouTube.
I
If
see.
you're on our YouTube, we're going to keep
Okay.
going
All right.
after the podcast, talk
All right.
about some different things.
Okay.
And we'll see you there. And until
Yeah.
next time, thank you for joining us on our first episode.
Yes, thank
Tune
you.
in
Sunny
to the
Side
next
Up
ones.
Podcast at
Everywhere.
storiesandscoopsmedia.com. I'll get it right eventually. There it is.
See you guys.
Bye.
Hey, everyone on the YouTubes. It's after the podcast here
Howdy.
on Sunny Side Up. What?
You said YouTubes.
On the YouTubes. So everybody, this is an exclusive to YouTube.
To YouTube.
So thanks for joining us here on YouTube. Just this is all for you. So video only. So
special.
So for on the after the podcast on this one, we'll just do kind of special things for after the podcast. On this one being our first, we're just going to talk about some of our favorite things, bands, whatever. So. Start it off. What do you think? What's your favorite band?
Panic at the Disco.
I knew it. Knew it.
Panic at the Disco.
We actually went and saw them, didn't we?
Twice.
Yeah. So it was a good experience.
Yeah, it was. The first time was a little rough because it was outside in the middle of summer.
Yeah.
So when we had to stand in line for like an hour just to get in, so we were
Is
dying.
Is that like your coolest concert you've been to? What's the coolest concert?
Probably Panic at the Disco.
All right.
I'd say the second one was probably the coolest. Where
that one was really cool.
Yeah, I mean he was the lead singer. He's on this piano floating across the audience.
That
It
was
was so cool.
Yeah.
What?
The second one, I think they were able to do more because they were inside, so they were able to do all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and it was pretty neat. He's got a great voice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
He really does.
he's good live.
So.
So what about you?
I mean, it's if you know me, if you have known me,
I already know.
Kill Switch Engage, definitely. I'm a metalhead to the core. I'll be honest, I work at a country radio station, but don't listen to a lick of it. It seems like so. I love metal.
Man, Luke Bryan is crying right now.
Don't care.
Okay.
I am not a country guy. I don't know.
You're a redneck.
I don't know. I don't know if
No, you're not. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Good. Just checking.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've always liked them. I've kind of been following the band really since day one. I don't know if I was on their self-titled album, but
you mean like you were listening?
Yeah, listening to it. But
because there for a second I thought you were going to claim you
That'd
were
be cool.
on there. Yeah, I played.
I wouldn't
the
be here right
guitar.
now probably,
Yeah.
but that would be kind of cool.
Okay.
But Alive or Just Breathing, which is their second studio album, is where I came in, and from there, and they have a new one coming out soon. Man, I can't wait.
So,
if you haven't heard the single, you need to.
So, Angel, were you around for the concert? Did you go to the Kill Switch
I went to one
Engage?
of them. Yes.
Did you go with us? Did she go to that?
Yeah,
one? The
that
one
was when we were sitting
in
right
Tulsa?
next to the
yeah.
speakers,
So-
and we were going deaf.
It's not my favorite concert I've ever been to, but most memorable concert moment.
Yeah.
I got to give it to Kill Switch Engage.
Yeah.
Because we were in a little. It's Kane's Ballroom in Tulsa. If you're, it's a very famous venue. I mean, it's played huge bands forever.
Mm-hmm.
Kill Switch Engage on that stage, and Kill Switch Engage is big enough. They should be doing arenas.
Oh,
they
sure.
really should be.
Yep.
Yeah.
You guys are good, by the way. And I'm not even into metal, so I'm
they're
going.
good. The
I
lyrics and
I like
everything,
rock.
man.
I'm good. I also like country. Luke Bryan is good, but so Brandon gets this balcony seats, like you said, Angel.
Yeah.
If I'm lying, I'm dying. Literally, from me to Angel, from the stereo speaker stack hanging on the side of the stage, we're sitting in front of the speaker stack.
It was awful.
I didn't realize that there was a speaker stack there.
It was so loud. I didn't have earplugs. I think I had. I don't remember if
Probably
I had
blood
headsets.
coming out is what you had.
No, but
Didn't your ear start bleeding at
my
one point?
nose started bleeding.
Your nose started bleeding.
That's
you know
right.
the compression on a concert where it starts hitting you in the chest, and you're like, I think I'm going to have a heart attack.
Yeah.
They hit the double bass on the encore presentation. They're double bassing it. And every time that bass would hit, I could feel my nose being hit, like just a little bit. And the compressions literally made my nose bleed.
Yeah, it
So-
was a
very
hardcore
loud, to say the
concert.
least.
I give it up to you guys for literally giving me a nosebleed without touching me.
And honestly,
I'm
I'm
impressed.
ready to go to another one.
Yeah.
This new one, Atonement, is the
And-
name of it. Man, I mean,
And
I can't wait.
I'll tell you when I say most memorable concert moment, because up until then, the most memorable concert moment, and I'm dating myself, was Heart.
Yeah.
They played at the Zoo Amphitheater in Oklahoma City, and it was summertime. And way back when they were way much younger, they wore these velvet granny dress outfits, right?
Yeah.
The crushed velvet, right, of the 80s or late 70s. And they walk out. Nancy Wilson's doing the guitar thing, and she starts sweating, and she's like, dang, it's hot. Reaches up, and it's a Velcro attached velvet
Why
So-
wouldn't it be?
God bless her for this one. Rips it off, and she's in a teddy, barefooted, playing lead guitar for the rest of the concert.
Of course.
It was like one of those things ingrained in my mind
Now,
until
do you
my
think that
nose
was
started
planned?
bleeding. Yeah, absolutely, it was planned.
I mean,
it was
do you
good.
think? I mean, like
But
that's
thank
my
you for that.
favorite thing about bands
Yeah.
is that they'll just do some of this unplanned
Yeah.
stuff, and I
Yeah.
love it. But you
But
have
you go
to
see
wonder.
them somewhere else, and they do the unplanned thing for another concert the next
Yeah.
night. And then,
See, you know that kind of got me sometimes about seeing stuff. And now
Yeah.
we have the joy of YouTube, and we can look up things like that.
Yeah.
And but I guess to go into.
I'm going to look it up real quick and see if I find it.
Oh my
on
gosh!
YouTube.
Don't
What?
do it. Why would you do? Yeah,
I
okay,
don't
fine,
know. Let's
whatever.
find out.
But I mean, going into
Mhm.
the kind of the unplanned thing.
Yep.
Angel and I were just recently watching. This has nothing to do with bands or anything, but our favorite things about us. We love Bo Burnham. Bo Burnham.
Yes.
let me just tell you about Bo Burnham. Everything. Okay,
Yeah.
so Bo Burnham, we've seen him live.
I
Yeah.
haven't, unfortunately.
Yeah, this was before I
For
met
me.
Angel. This dude is like 18 feet tall. First of all,
Big guy. Yeah.
I met him, great guy. But the whole unplanned thing, this guy is quick on his feet. But his shows are so planned to the T, and he'll even tell you it during
Yeah.
his show, and it's just genius. I've never seen a video of him messing up on something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I say stuff that's like planned like that, like how many times do they mess it up? How many times?
Yeah.
I mean, that's so
Well,
genius.
imagine how much he would have had to practice that to get it perfect.
Yeah.
Well, the only reason we started watching his specials on Netflix is because his left brain, right brain skit has been stuck in my head for like 4 days now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
So
like,
thank you,
we need to
TikTok.
watch it to get it out of my head.
Yeah. So I mean, we watched both of his specials on Netflix. What and oh goodness, I'm a Bo Burnham fan. How could I forget the second one?
I don't
Make
know.
Happy. There it
Make
is.
Happy,
Oh
yeah.
my goodness. And I'm waiting, Bo. If you're listening, where's
Mm-hmm.
the next one? I get it.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to rush it.
Well, he just made that movie,
8th grade.
8th grade,
Great
which was
movie.
really good.
Great
Brandon
movie.
is Bo. If you remember the Oklahoma City Rose State College
Rose State College is where it
arena,
was at. I'm trying to
performance
think of where that was at.
some years ago with this gentleman who made you wait until way after the concert
Look,
was over.
I was
Brandon was trying to be cool and polite, so he stands at the very end of the line because he's thinking, I'll get some special time with Bo. And the people are standing there waiting to sweep the floor.
Yeah.
And Bo is such a gentleman when it comes to greeting his fans. He's literally waiting on every single person. So
Mm-hmm.
it was Bo and Brandon hanging out for like 20 minutes while
Well,
the guy
well-
trying to do the trash was looking at
And-
you guys
and-
like, are you ever going to leave?
And the thing is, what's crazy is that
Yeah.
we were standing there for so long, a girl passed out. Do you remember
Yeah,
that? And she passed out, and
Yeah,
like
we're not talking about waiting to get into the concert. We're talking about after
yeah,
the concert.
afterwards, we're all sitting there waiting to meet
And
him.
I don't know if Bo still does
and
that
she
or
passes out, but you would think that like he gets up, Bo
Yeah.
gets up and starts running to go find water. So this dude he's not only waiting on his fans, he's going to
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
help save your life.
Yeah.
Bo Burnham is. And
Yeah,
it was kind of cool,
it was
man.
cool and weird. I have another concert memory.
Do it.
It's more recent than that.
Okay.
Rodney Carrington.
Okay. Oh
You know,
man.
Familiar with the show?
Oh no.
Right?
Oh yeah.
So we're backstage, did a meet and greet, and the lady in front of us looks at him and says, "Can you sign him for my boyfriend?" And Rodney's like, "What?" She goes, "Can you sign him for my boyfriend?" And so he signed them for her boyfriend.
What?
And it was a small enough venue and a small enough town. We all knew who she was. And to this day, I'm like, did you really do that?
Yeah, she did, and that's
Yes, she did.
ingrained in your
And-
brain
and
forever.
You know her too.
No, I don't want to know who it is. I don't care.
It was.
No, don't.
We won't
Stop.
say anything. No, Rodney.
No.
It's me and you. It's Rodney Carrington and I's secret,
Oh my gosh.
and everybody else in the line that was there.
Yeah,
watching.
and the person watching this right now
I
that
know.
knows exactly
Yes,
who she is.
and I'm never going to give that up. I
No
wouldn't.
shame.
No.
It's fine. I
Oh,
understand.
I'm not the one.
I'd
that,
do it for Bo
I
Burnham.
didn't get
Bo Burnham, sign
you know,
him. That's
For me?
weird.
They're
What?
weird.
No,
For me,
don't
can
do
I
that.
have,
Line.
No,
sign him,
no,
sign
no.
yours for me.
Yeah, sure. I would do that. Yeah, sure. That's fine. I mean, come on,
So
right?
this is the direction this
This is after the podcast. We're
After the
unfiltered.
podcast
Not that we're
show
filtered in the
goes.
first,
no.
but I don't know. Yeah. So favorite band. You
Dude.
never told us your favorite band, by the way. You need to do that.
I don't really have a favorite band.
Well, I mean, when you think
Favorite
about
musician in general.
I've
Yeah.
got so many. I mean,
if you could pinpoint, okay, let me ask you this.
I can't tell you.
You're going to do it. Let me ask you this: if you had to pick one band, all the bands, everything else, they leave, right? No other bands in the world except for this one
It's the only thing you can listen
that you
to for the
had
rest
to
of your
listen to
life.
on your repeat. What would you pick?
It's a tie.
Okay,
It literally is a tie.
All right, I'll give you the tie. What 2 bands would you have?
Garth is immeasurable in the fact that his talent is just insane.
Yeah.
His entertainment talent is insane. So Garth is literally tied with my all-time favorite singer, which is really going to date me, but it's Olivia.
Olivia
Newton-John. Since I was a little kid.
She was today's, I don't know, I want to say Taylor Swift.
Well, or Carrie Underwood, or
I think Olivia Newton-John was more.
She was
out.
It was
well,
a love
not out
song.
there,
No, she was love song. So
yeah, okay.
I don't know. You pick a
but I don't
artist
see.
that's love song.
I don't see Carrie Underwood like getting into a bathing suit for you and posing on a
Olivia
on a picture.
didn't.
But I thought Olivia was she not?
No.
Okay. Well, then
I mean, there
wrong.
was
Maybe she is the
that
Carrie Underwood.
physical video was as bad as it got.
Yeah. Okay.
She was wholesome. She was like the kid. She was like the
She
girl
was
next
like the
door.
Carrie Underwood then. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
But yeah.
Except for she's probably not breaking, both headlights.
She
Smashed the. What is it? I can't remember the
Slash
lyrics.
the wheel of all 4
in the
tires.
Yeah, there it is.
In the night, there were some songs in the 1970s and 80s. She was huge, and Fourth Row concert, Oklahoma City. I saw you, Olivia.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Maybe she's.
Sing "I Honestly Love You" in an OU jersey,
There it is.
and that was it.
You fell in love.
Oh, I was already in love.
Oh.
Every boy, I'm telling you, any guy that was around in the late 70s and early 80s, that was their secret crush.
Yeah.
In fact, the truth is, the reason I got into radio in the first place was a hope that I'd eventually meet her someday.
You're nuts.
And
Did
it
you ever?
hasn't happened.
Okay.
No.
Well, maybe you will now.
Yeah.
You never know.
Olivia, if you're watching this, contact us because you and I only have so many years left. So
I
don't even want a date. I'm just talking about like a cup of coffee.
I'd put $1,000 on that. She's not watching, but great if she is. It'd be awesome, right?
I'm gonna hashtag the crap out of this video.
No, do it. I dare you. I dare you. Well, this has been after the podcast.
Yeah.
This has been good. I mean, this is what we're here for. You're here with us after the podcast, unfiltered. So exclusively for YouTube eyes only. So thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us on the podcast.
Yes.
Before this, that was fun. We're going to be back next episode. Who
Unless
knows
we
what
get-
it's going to be
unless
about?
we get fired.
I don't think we can.
man.
I mean, you get out of here then. You're out. See ya. Bye.
Take my mic and go. Just leaving. I'm
Yeah.
gone. Mic drop.
Good one.
Set it down as softly as possible.
See you guys next time.